Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm Bankruptcy Attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Gotta love minor league baseball, semi-amateur professional baseball, because of the fact they have the greatest names sometimes for their teams. And
the Chihuahuas, baby.
Oh, the Chihuahuas, they're a great name, but Steve, I might have a better one for you here.
Okay.
A minor league baseball team in Alabama just changed their name to the Trash Pandas. Yeah. Apparently.
Panda.
Trash Panda. Apparently, their fans voted for it, and their owner, Ralph Nelson, here he is talking about the whole sitch.
The name that we picked, the Rocket City Trash Pandas, was on 70% of the Rocket City part was on 70% of the ballots, and the Trash Pandas was more than 3-1 over the second place team. It was fascinating to watch. This community embraced that name, and they're going to embrace this team.
Rocket City, that is so great.
I love it. It's better than like Team McTeamerface, which is what I'd expect when people get to vote on things.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have actual pandas as their mascot.
I don't know if they do they?
Well, is that's what that is? The Trash Panda. Trash Pandas aren't pandas.
Well, actually,
that's just a drawing. I don't know if that's that's a kid that drew a panda. I don't think that's their logo.
They're dumb kids. They don't know what a trash panda is. I thought they spent time on the internet.
Actually, here's the thing. I don't know if that is the. I see the same picture you're looking at, Vicky. The kids drew it right. That's a raccoon actually on the poster. But one of the people holding it is dressed as a panda, which is true. Trash pandas are just slang for raccoons.
That's just a kid wearing a panda mask.
Yeah.
They're dumb kids. I thought they were on the internet.
He's 11. No, he's 9.
But I mean, there's panda in the name. I think it would be great if they just had a trashy looking panda as a mascot,
like a whore looking panda.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be like a
really short skirt. Yeah, messed up makeup,
turned up panda.
They're not taking it to the next level. It's Rocket City, Rocket Raccoon, and he gets called a trash panda in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm sure that's where it probably came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess one of the other names was Thunder Sharks, which is
yuck. Yeah.
Why is that even an option? The Thunder Sharks.
They had other great names like Moon Possums. People were voting for that.
Moon Possums?
Moon Possums. Again, Rocket City, I think they were going with the space theme a little bit because they also had Comet Jockeys. And
one of my buddies said that sounds like a slur for aliens.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. It would be a great slur for an alien. And Space Chimps. Which, weren't monkeys the first? Was it monkeys or dogs that were the first ones in space? I forget.
It reminds me of the Fight Club quote. Yeah, the space monkeys.
Yeah. See, I would love it to be the Space Chimps because then you could have a monkey mascot, not a real monkey, but get someone dressed up as one and then put them in an astronaut outfit.
That'd be
with
great.
the big moon thing over their head.
I think, look, it's still up for grabs now since they took Trash Pandas. Steve's Space Chimps is still up for grabs.
That one, Trash Pandas got 41.4% of the vote. And Thunder Sharks was the next closest at 19%.
Can you tell me where this team is, by the way, Rocket City? I mean, it's
somewhere in Alabama, I think.
Oh, it did say Alabama. You're absolutely right. It's right in the beginning of the story. Yeah, I wonder why it's called Rocket City. I know Florida launches a lot of rockets. I don't know Alabama to have that history. But
it looks like it's Huntsville. Which is Huntsville, Alabama, also known as Rocket City, a nickname that can be traced to the efforts of a German scientist to work on rocket propulsion research.
Oh, that's cool. So Huntsville, Alabama. Okay.
But they're moving to Madison, Alabama. in 2020, and that's when the name's going to change. They're currently the Mobile Bay Bears.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of different
There's
reasons.
A lot of places going on.
Yeah. What the hell is Rocket
They're
City, Mobile, and Huntsville?
That's an identity crisis, right?
Yeah, they are.
What the hell's a Bay Bear?
Yeah.
Hey, Bay Bear.
Hi, Bay Bear. Anyway, so Rocket City, which will be moving anyway, will be the whoever the hell they are, Trash Pandas.
Well, I think they're going to be the Rocket City Trash Pandas. That's the name.
But they're not going to be in Rocket City anymore.
We didn't even know what Rocket City was before we started this story. What does it matter?
I protest this whole situation. I like the fact that Trash Pandas is the name, though. There's so many different ways you can have a mascot. I still go for the turned-up ratchet panda.
Looking online, it looks like the fans not only had the opportunity to vote for the name, but also the regional qualifier. So I think that the Rocket City Trash Pandas, like Vicky said, with Guardians of the Galaxy and Rocket Raccoon, they wanted all of this to kind of fit together.
Did they actually make mention that they were kind of sci-fi fans like that?
No, just that the fans were able to vote either Madison, North Alabama, or Rocket City.
I will say this. If Vicky's right, I am surprised that region of the country would be that geeky to make that all roll into the whole Guardians of the Galaxy. If it was Washington, somewhere up here where we're geeky, I would think that was cool.
It's pretty big. It's not just like a little niche nerdy thing. It was a big movie, and a lot of kids love it, so it makes sense.
It makes my heart proud to think that us geeks, we're infecting the world.
NASA says it's a NASA facility in Huntsville.
All right.
So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
All right, then. Well,
all I know is the merchandise better be awesome with that name.
Oh, right? Trash Pandas, you're right. We have to keep an eye on that, Steve. You're right. That's something I'd like to get.
Panda, 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 panda.
One texter says I thought the name Raw Dogs would be a good name for a minor league team.
But you can't sell raw hot dogs at a game.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Sushi dogs.
That's what it is, yeah. Damn, the raw dogs. I like moon possums, man.
Space chimps.
Yeah, space chimps, moon possums. These are all great names that are up for grabs. We can have multiple teams with some great names.
Anything but Thunder Sharks.
No Thunder Shark for me. I got to tell you about this dude who got a job one day, and then he loses that job the very next day, and then is arrested a few hours later. Yes, Genius of the Year. Steve will tell you why this all happened. He's got the news for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
He's the best newscaster named Steve in this room. Right now, here's Steve Miggs with the news.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks to the Shane Company for giving us news and sports. It's a perfect day to celebrate this. Happy National Beer Lovers Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby.
Danny's going to love this day.
Yeah, it's a great day. Everybody's going to love this. What, just Danny likes beer?
Well, Danny definitely loves beer. I am okay with beer, but it's not my favorite alcoholic beverage, so that's why I pointed out Danny. Danny's much more an aficionado than I am.
Thank you.
All right. I love beer.
Out of all of us, Steve, I think Danny, he goes in towards breweries and stuff, and he really loves his beer.
No, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Wow, Danny. Danny, I think he's trying to make it like he's a better beer guy than you, I think.
Never said that. I just think it's funny. Anything I say, Danny's going to like that.
Well, because he loves beer almost as much as he loves pizza.
Okay. That's true. Yeah. I just think it's funny. Chris, do you like beer? Chris says thumbs up. How about you, Joe? Do you like beer? Oh, yeah. Oh, big thumbs up. Rev, do you like beer?
No, actually, it gives me heartburn and I hate it.
Rev's out of the conversation. Vicky, you like cider?
Yep.
All right, so there's four.
See, my son likes Jack Daniels, though, just as much as he likes beer, maybe even a little more.
What about Sarah? Sarah, you like beer? No.
Yeah.
She hates beer.
What's up with that?
I don't know. We played beer pong one time. I had to play for her because she would not drink the beer.
Well, what's your beer of choice there, Daniel?
My beer of choice is Cascade's Crazy Navel.
Ooh.
It's a sour. It's the best beer I've ever had in my entire life.
Ever.
And I would say Uncle Chris also is really close to Danny as how much he loves beer. They're both really beer aficionados.
Nice. Yeah. Well, the number one beer is not the Cascade's Fuzzy Navel.
Oh, sorry, Danny.
Man. According to a recent study, Bud Light, the number one beer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Number two, Coors Light. Number three, Miller Lite. Number four, Budweiser.
Yeah, that makes sense just because you can get them everywhere.
Of course.
Yeah.
But someone did a big Google trend search to figure out what's the most popular beer in each state. Now, it's not your typical Bud Lights, Coors Lights, or anything like that. Like, for instance, Blue Moon just dominates. I think over 13 states where that's everybody's favorite, like Alabama, Illinois, New Jersey, and so on and so forth. Idaho, not sure what's going on in Idaho, but I don't want to go there. And I don't think anyone does. Gluten-free beer.
What? In Idaho?
Yep.
They care about their gluten-free beer?
Apparently so.
Wow. Well, Uncle Chris, big thumbs up to Blue Moon.
Any guesses, though, what you think the number one beer in Washington State is? It's not the Fuzzy Navel.
Oh, it's got to be Vitamin R.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing.
How about that?
Totally.
BJ just nailing on the first guess.
Oh,
Rainier, baby.
That's right, baby.
That's right. Let's get some Rainier beer and celebrate National Beer Lovers Day.
Yeah, brother.
All right. Let's talk about this guy that got in trouble with the law, all because he lost his job. He's in Florida. He got hired at an aluminum manufacturing company. Talk about a weird couple of days for this guy. So he was hired, then he was fired a couple of days later. Apparently, you're not allowed to throw around supplies and drop your tools on the ground. That's why he was fired.
Oh.
2 hours later, he came back, not to ask for his job back, but to kill his boss.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa, I did not expect that. That escalated huge.
You've only been there a couple days.
Come on,
How can
dude.
you hate your boss that much in a couple of days?
Yeah, you really,
Pretty funny.
This guy, unfortunately, I think this guy probably should go see somebody.
Well, he chased the boss out of the building with a gun.
Okay.
Fortunately, the boss got into his car. The guy starts firing at the car, puts 5 bullets into the car.
Oh, God.
Luckily, he has terrible aim. Does not hit the boss. Cops show up and arrest him.
Okay, yeah, this guy should not see the light of day until he gets super professional help.
And I think they should disable his LinkedIn account.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just so that nobody else will mistakenly hire him. 5 shots in the car.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think you got a problem there, sir.
All right, not somebody. You remember Walter Jones came in yesterday from the Seahawks. Seahawks legend.
I'm not that old, Steve. I remember yesterday.
And yesterday, because it was September 6th, also because Cortez used to wear number 96, he's been doing this in honor of his old teammate called 96 Check.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool thing that he's been doing where he just encourages people to call and check up on family members and friends and things like that. And he did that yesterday where he went to the Seahawks facility, got into a conference room, and was calling some of his former teammates.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and shout out to Jose, his buddy and our buddy, who filmed this and put it on Walter Jones's Twitter page. I retweeted it as well. Sometimes you don't reach your old teammate because your old teammate changes his number.
Oh,
and that happened.
No, that did not happen.
It's fantastic, man, because Walt's it just shows just how cool and how chill of a dude he is. He calls Deion Branch. Remember, Deion played with the Seahawks for a minute to see how he's doing. But when he calls him, finds out rather quickly that that's not Deion's number anymore. In fact, it's the number of a guy by the name of Bill, an older gentleman. But Walt just checks up on Bill then.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's the audio.
Hello?
I speak to Deion Branch.
Wrong number.
I said, who we speaking with?
Bill Wright.
Hey, Bill, how you doing, man? I thought it was one of my players. My name is Walter Jones. I used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, and this used to be a player that I used to play with. And so I started this initiative with a player that passed away. And what he would do would call players and see how they was doing and checking on them. So I started an initiative by his football number 96. So I do on September the 6th, what I do is I call my players that I play with and check up on them and see how they doing. And the fact that, I didn't get him today, I just want to hand that off to you and say, ask you how you doing, how your family doing, how things going.
I'm doing good. Knock on wood.
I know that's
for an old guy who's been installing since for 40 years. So.
Man, I'm glad that everything is going pretty good for you, man, and you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I hope everything's going well for you too. Also. All
right, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that so much.
Yep. Have a good day.
That sounded like a New England guy. I love that. Thanks for going good for 40 years. I'm doing all right, thank you.
Makes sense. I mean, Deion did play a lot of time in New England,
Makes
so
sense,
maybe he has a New England phone number. But I just love Walt puts out a tweet that says 96 check isn't always perfect. Sometimes people move and change numbers. Sometimes Deion Branch doesn't update a brother. Either way, make the most of it. I'm glad Mr. Bill Wright was #all good.
Hey, Deion, maybe you should #96 check on Walter Jones, okay? Because he doesn't know where you are. You don't know how Walt's doing.
They try to reach Red Bryant, but a Spanish lady answered the phone.
I love this. I was like, why?
Someone's got to update the phone list, man.
Why are these guys dumping their phones, man? What's going on?
Sometimes you got to just get rid of some bad people in your life.
Oh, yeah.
And the best way to do that is to change your phone number.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, yesterday, the NFL started things off with the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons. It was kind of a weird game. I mean, it was just... the Eagles came out a little weak in the beginning and got booed by their fans. Who cares? You won the Super Bowl.
Are you serious?
Oh, dude, when they were going back into the tunnel after the halftime.
Unbelievable.
The crowd's booing them, and it's like...
Philadelphia,
One quarter past winning the Super Bowl. Screw you guys. What have you done for us lately?
They are the polar opposite of Seattle. Seriously. I mean, how do you boo the team in the first game after they basically get what? They get their rings and the banner and all that stuff?
We have high expectations, BJ. And they ended up winning. So everything ended out okay. The Eagles beat the Falcons 18-12 last night in the NFL season opener.
So the D did what they always were doing last year. They stopped. I mean, Matt, Ryan's a good... Jesus, what's wrong with them?
We expect more out of them, BJ.
Okay.
We're Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Speaking of football and the Seahawks, of course, season starts for the Seahawks in Denver, and that game is on Sunday at 1:25, and you can watch it on Fox. Also, the Mariners are playing the Yankees tonight. Big game, big series.
Yeah, huge.
So let's hope that the Yankees lose to the Mariners, of course. Playoff basketball.
Playoffs!
WNBA Finals starts tonight. Game 1. Your Seattle Storm taking on the Washington Mystics.
What the?
Are you going, BJ?
Am I going? No, I couldn't get tickets.
They're still available, BJ.
Oh.
They're going fast. But
you mean I have to go get the tickets?
Yes, you have to purchase them. Tickets for the game, going fast.
Yeah.
They've never met in the postseason until now. You don't want to miss it, BJ.
You know what? I've got no plans for tonight. If not, I might at least watch it on the tube.
Well, aren't you a sweetheart?
Okay, thanks, buddy. I didn't expect that kind of compliment. Are you watching the Storm tonight? Oh, you're a sweetheart.
Go Storm, man.
Yeah. Why not go Storm?
What is they looking to make their third championship, right?
That ain't too bad.
As far as weather, we got 73 degrees and sun, and thanks to the Boats Afloat show in Lake Union. Also, quick plugs. If you're looking for some local wrestling to check out tonight, 3-2-1 Battle. It's Always Sunny in Seattle. It's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia theme.
Oh.
So you might see some Green Man. You might see Nightman. You might see Dayman. You just never know. That's tonight at Evolve Fitness. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun.
A lot of wild cards are going to be thrown out.
Wild cards.
So anyways, that's 3-2-1 Battle. You go to their Facebook page to get more information, but it's at Evolve Fitness at 9. And then tomorrow night, Defy Wrestling is happening over at Washington Hall. Of course, I'm going to be at both of those. And Tommy Dreamer, the innovator of violence, ECW legend, will be a part of it.
Oh, very, very nice.
So if you're a fan of Tommy Dreamer, tomorrow's your chance to see him.
And you're still on the mend, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So you'll be doing a lot of yelling and taunting, but you won't actually be in the ring defending that mouth of yours.
No.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's unfortunate.
Nope. I'll be near the ring.
Hey, I don't know if you heard this since we're talking about the Storm, and I don't know the whole situation, but I just heard a stat saying that, and they're talking about equality, men and equal, women with equal pay, saying the Storm players make 1% of what NBA players make.
Oh, I bet.
Which... I will tell you this, if the WNBA is raking in the kind of money the NBA is raking in, then that is criminal. I mean, I have no idea.
Well, they're not making the same money as the NBA.
And if that's the case, then I don't know why this is an issue, Steve, because I would assume that when they talk, because I don't know who's bringing it up, but they're bringing up that, you know what, this is horrible. Women are not making the same as men in professional basketball. And my brain says, well, that must mean that there's equal money and somehow the women aren't getting treated right. But if there's, like you said, not equal money, like if the WNBA is not making the same as the NBA, well, that would be why they're not making so much money.
They don't have the same TV deals. They're not selling the same, they're not charging the same amount for tickets. It's not even close.
So why is this a headline? Because
it's easy for people to get riled up about things.
Well, see, don't rile people up for things that are not
Sounders
real.
Players they're making a fraction of what other pro athletes and other professional sports are making.
And we know why, because they don't make as much money in that league.
Absolutely. I mean, a minor league baseball player doesn't make as much. It's not. I don't think it's a men-women thing that people are trying to turn that into.
And that's what they're trying to make it. I heard it on a headline in one of the major news stations.
They said the median salary for people in the WNBA is around $71,000. Starting salary is around $50,000.
But again,
and a minimum salary for an NBA player is $582,000. And obviously, some of those players are making upwards of tens of millions.
See, this is what irritates me, and this is why I'm so mad at news and society. I don't know who's pimping this story. I hear it. It blasts on my news feed, and it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're still in this kind of thing where men and women can't make the same money. And I'm assuming it's equal. It's an equal situation, and it's not. So then, like you said, Steve, they're riling people up, putting people in a bad mood, when in reality it has nothing to do with gender.
Right. I mean,
see, that irritates me. Yeah, that's irresponsible news.
At the end of the day, if you're not making the same money with ratings and you're not getting the same TV deals, that's where all that money's coming from. A lot of those franchises are able to fork over tens of millions of dollars because they're making hundreds of millions of dollars in TV deals.
Okay, would you just stop talking? Because all you're doing is presenting logic, and we don't want that. We just want to enrage people. Okay, we just want to piss people off.
Of course, I think in a perfect world, you would love to see any professional athlete making a great living. I mean, then you don't see anybody making a great living.
Exactly,
an athlete.
Then you're not talking capitalism anymore, which is that's okay if you're for or against capitalism. I don't care. But the bottom line is that's where we live. We live in a place where capitalism means if you make a lot of money for a company, they're going to pay you a lot of money, and if you don't make a lot of money for a company, then they're going to pay you commensurate to that. It's not because you're a man, a woman, doesn't matter your ethnicity. It's just like, are you generating big money that you can get a percentage of? That's what capitalism's all about.
It says like the highest paid in the WNBA usually caps at about $110,000.
Okay, then. See, I haven't seen how much the WNBA is making, and I think that would be fair if whatever percentage the players are getting on average in the NBA, with what they make as an organization, that same percentage should be applied to the WNBA. That would be fair to me. So, in other words, if you took all the money that the players made in the NBA and they make 10% of what the NBA generates, then
you'd hope that the
same thing for
that makes sense.
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
One person puts it in a great example. It says a great example. This is WNBA final game 1 tonight. Tickets are still available. I mean, that's a good way to say it. I mean, NBA finals, you're going to have a hard time finding a ticket still available for game 1. And no matter what market it is.
And that's not saying anything about how good the women are in this league, and it means nothing about that. It's about money. So stop creating clickbait headlines that put us in a bad mood that aren't true. It has nothing to do with gender.
Well, I'm in a good mood.
Are you?
I'm happy it's Friday.
Good for you. Well, it's Blue Friday.
First Blue Friday. Seahawks are playing this weekend. Wrestling's happening this weekend.
Yeah, you guys.
Danny's got a jersey on.
Yeah. Look at Danny. Danny's is the Rev representing?
No,
Vicky.
why would I represent?
Look at Vicky. Vicky's rocking a Seahawks shirt.
Uncle Chris is.
Uncle Chris.
What's going on with you, Rev? I thought you were a fantasy football guy and you start representing.
I have no Seahawks on my fantasy football team. So why would I do that?
That's a good point.
Plus, he's probably mad that I'm already beating him.
We had one game and I had no one playing yet.
Let's not do this.
I love
Let's
this.
not become these fantasy
That's
football
exactly what's
people.
going to happen.
Why not? What was the point of all this?
For us, for fun, maybe on social media and off the air. We don't need to be those annoying douches
Yes,
that
we do.
talk nonstop about our fantasy
Do you
football
understand
team.
that's what it is?
I know.
That's all fantasy football is.
We're not even talking stats or anything. We're just constantly just bugging each other because he already started. He's like, if I beat you, I'm never going to let you hear the end of it. So.
I love that Steve was so gung-ho for this one. I
think it's fun.
Here's what I knew. I knew that the statistical upkeep would be so daunting that 5 minutes later he'd be like, why did I do this? And did he say that?
Oh, first thing in the morning yesterday I said that. I'm like, why did we agree to this?
Yeah, exactly.
It was your idea.
I thought it sounded like a good idea on paper until all of a sudden the Rev got involved.
Do you know Steve is... Yeah. And do you know Steve? He's got great ideas and follows through on none of them. Do you understand? He's the guy that goes, this is so great. And 10 seconds later, you know he's not going to like it
Just as an example for Steve's lack of follow-through on this, he doesn't have a defense on his team right now.
Well, I'm waiting for something to clear on waivers.
That is so fantastic.
Well, hopefully it happens before the game starts.
It better. I don't get this stupid app.
Steve, you're going to get the blue balls. You're going to get the blue ball truck nuts.
That's fine.
Yep.
And I paid for the damn trophies.
All right, so you should.
I'm not going to get them.
Yeah,
fantastic.
No, I'll probably finish second to last. Like that's worse than last. I don't get anything out
Nothing.
of it.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think you should. Yeah, I think you should definitely be second to last.
A reason why I don't have a defense, I'm waiting for it to clear waivers, but I'm trying to get the Seahawks defense. I know that's probably a stupid thing to do, but I need at least something Seahawks on my team so I can have something to be excited about with my stupid fantasy football.
You'd be pretty mad if you weren't paying attention to somebody scoop that up, right?
I don't care, Rev. You can do whatever you want. It's not going to piss me off.
Do it, Rev. Hey, Steve says it won't piss him off, but at some point, he might care again.
At the end of the day, my team is called the Dong Masters, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. It's actually
and our
pretty
team
awesome.
logo is Chewbacca.
Nice.
Which, of course, I mean, it makes complete sense.
Well, they don't have dong emojis to work with.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, do they have eggplants?
Yeah, but I'm sure they must.
Oh, maybe they do. Maybe I'll make a switch before Sunday's game.
Yeah.
I got to talk to my management and marketing
You know who you are. You know who he is, don't you?
Which member of the league am I?
You are Taco. You are totally
I'm okay
Taco.
with that.
Yeah, you are. I mean, and you know what? As a Taco, I think Taco won one year, didn't he? And he had no idea what the hell he was doing.
He didn't even know that he won.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't even play with defense this year, and I'll show all of you guys.
Ooh, yeah.
You're totally Taco.
I'm going to play stupid Danny's team at first.
Yeah. All right.
The emo kids.
Yeah.
And what's their logo?
Pizza. Of course.
Danny's got to be Dre. All right. I think Danny's Andre. He has to be.
I don't know what any of this means.
You got to watch the league.
You have until Sunday to watch the league to get all these shows.
Watch a TV show that's been gone for 3 years.
It's a good show.
That's good. At least you don't have to worry about more shows being added on top of it.
And binge it, Danny. It's binge-worthy.
So I did not find.
We're not still talking about fantasy football. Oh,
yeah, we are.
Oh, eggplants.
No.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I found a corn dog and a hot dog, though.
That's it.
And a pretzel.
Ooh, a corn dog.
Oh, Steve, put the corn dog and the pretzel together. If you can put the corn dog in the hole of the pretzel.
No, that's not how, pre-made logos work, but I appreciate that you're thinking.
And that's not how you eat pretzels, BJ.
Well, that's how babies are made, though.
So when a mommy and a daddy love each other, they take a pretzel from
That's
the food
right.
stand and
they-
get a hot dog and mush them together.
That's how your little brother was
Or
born.
a corn dog.
Yeah. All right.
Someone says their fantasy football team is named the MILF Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody wants to know what Vicky's fantasy football team is.
Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
And Vicky's so proud of herself for that, too. You look at her
She
face.
stole it from the internet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so proud.
Why did I think of it? That was my nickname in some circles. It's Victorious.
Yeah, look how proud she is.
I am.
She and Rev care about this, even though none of them know anything about football.
I won one, so that's why I'm excited. Maybe, luck will strike twice. Probably not.
I love this so much because I'm not involved, and Steve is already regretting his life.
So since the waivers won't go through now until next week.
Oh, baby, no defense for you. No defense for you.
It says the 8th, I think, is when everything gets cleared.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm
So
sorry.
Steve would bring up dongs. What a surprise. Yes. The
Yep.
Dong Masters.
Yeah, it's a big surprise. I was shocked when I heard that. I love this so much. All right, yesterday, Dong Master, he did get this one wrong.
In the human body, what internal organ is the heaviest?
What?
In the human body, what internal organ is the
heart.
heaviest? No.
The brain.
No.
The dong.
No.
That's it. I never bring up dong. I don't know
you
why
never
people
do.
say that.
I don't know why people give you such a hard time about that. All right, this one, of course, in great celebration of National Beer Day?
Yeah.
The liver, ladies and gentlemen, was the answer. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, Bankruptcy Attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.